What's the deal, my people? You know this is Don Tony Teflon. I'm back at you, another one. And this one is when Elamar's in the building. You know what it is? That is the Lady in the Dime podcast, the sexiest podcast in the world. Unfortunately, I don't have my Lady in the Dime thing hooked up to this system, so I can't play it. It took a long time just to get this going right now. So we're not going to mess with things. But Elamar, I miss you so much. How are you?
Tony, every time I say it and every time I mean it, I'm always better when I'm here. Whatever's happening, I'm here and it's everything's better. How are you? It's been a
I
long
am great.
time.
It has been a long time. It has been a long time. Elamar's back, and we're doing a new show. The show is The Peripheral, all right? And I've said that, I
Mm-hmm.
messed that name up so many times. But I have said it right now. This is episode 5 review. How are you feeling about this show?
I am very intrigued. It's a different approach to, I guess, time travel. I don't remember actually seeing this kind of thing. And time travel, I don't like time travel in general, but this is nice. I like it. I like it. There are different components, different little things that people go through, different parts of it. I do enjoy it.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I enjoy it a whole lot. I think it's a great show. I think it's not getting the respect that it deserves right now, but hopefully later on it will. Sometimes it takes a while for some shows to pick up and everything. So
Hmm.
let's say what up to some people that we have here in the chat. The one, the only John Haymaker is in the building, rocking with us. Luna is in the building, rocking with us right now. Cool Gamer is up in here, rocking with us. John Haymaker wants to say hi to you, in case you can't see the chat
Hey,
and
John.
everything.
Yeah, it's difficult for me to see. I'm kind of looking on my phone, but it's kind of glitchy. So
Danny McKay is
yeah.
out here and everything, rocking with us and stuff. So yeah, this all right. So we have a bunch of people in here. Thank you all for coming. For some reason, I don't know why my chat is not showing on the screen. I've been having some
Hmm.
technical issues though. It should have been showing on the chat box on the screen,
Hmm.
but it is not. Maybe I'll just have to move some stuff around a little bit because I can do that. I do.
It's a new streaming, I guess, place that you have. It's kind of cool. You were showing me some of the features, but I guess it's a new thing, so you gotta learn and
Yeah,
take some time.
put that there. Put this alert box down here. That should do it. I mean, that should do it and everything. It should be good. Yeah, hopefully, hopefully. If not, then what are we gonna do? We're just gonna go without
Yeah.
it for the stream. So, all right, episode 5 of the Peripheral just jumped up. What did you think overall of this episode?
So you're saying 5? I'm
Was
thinking
it
that
up?
are you
Episode 4? Which one was it?
4?
All right,
Because
4. I'm sorry.
for a
Glad you
second,
did.
then I felt like I'm in school and I didn't do my assignment. I'm like, I'm gonna wing it.
Right, episode 4. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just so
That's
excited
okay.
to have you here. I can't. I'm not thinking straight. That's
And I
all.
already got scared that cookie. Did I miss it for some reason? I there were some crazy things in a good way shown over there. Yeah, some things were answered. I kind of thought that it's gonna go kind of towards that. They just showed it to us in a kind of a cool way. I like it. Um, I I like the whatever that was. It looked like a I don't even know what that was. Was it like a display area where they just kind of had uh the different things show up, like the whole, what is it called, a jackpot? People
Yeah.
can just visit that. That was really cool. I really liked
Yeah,
it.
it seemed like it's a museum, like a graveyard
Hmm.
type museum thing
Yeah.
going on there. And that's what that was, and that's why it was shown like that. So
Hmm.
it did seem like a graveyard, but I do believe they said that it was some type of museum.
Hmm.
SIFU Weber. I don't pronounce it's that Stiffu Weber. I don't know. It says, I'm curious if the wolf and bumblebee Halloween costumes in the memory of the brother and sister is a coincidence or a hidden meaning. What do you
Hmm.
think about the wolf and the bumblebee costume? Now, this is Flynn and her brother, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
And this is when Flynn, it's very intrusive, this dude, Wolf is. just to jump into her. But we never seen anything like that. Now we know. We learned that Wolf can jump into any type of VR headset type system
Mm-hmm.
that's there. For some reason, he has the ability to do this. So very intrusive of him just jumping in there. He didn't know what she was watching.
Right?
He just jumped in there. She could have been handling
Right?
herself.
She could. Right? Exactly. Just kind of. Oh, sorry or not sorry. Right? I
Hmm.
think it was just the family. I guess memory that
Yeah.
was taking place. Um, the part of I guess the memory. I was wondering why she actually was revisiting that. Was it about her father? Was it because we haven't, well, yeah, because that's kind of when we see, well, the jacket that she has, that was a connection to that. But I wonder, is it just to kind of show us that they have some kind of a, brother, like sibling kind of bond going on, or was there more to that?
All right, so his name, he's got it there. It says Sifu. So that's what we're gonna go with
Seafood.
Sifu. All right, because it's not CFU space. So I'm just gonna say Sifu. So yes, Sifu. I'm saying specifically, I'm the theory guy. That's what I come up. I'm good at these things, and it definitely does have a hitting meaning. I'm gonna give it to you right now. So you have the brother and the sister. We had the sister dressed up right as the bumblebee. I told you before, when you look at the main chick, Charisse, every time you see her, she has something to do with bumblebees every time. And I'm gonna show
Mm-hmm.
pictures to prove this. In fact, let's see if we. Oh God,
Mm-hmm.
let's see if we can do this right now. All right, so where is it? Let me see if I can pull it real quick. Where's this picture at? It's not that. I can't see it no more. Mm, I
And
can't see it.
Christian joined us. Hey, Christian.
What up, Christian? Where is these? I mean, I have the pictures there, and I don't have the
Mm-hmm.
pictures there. And it's like it's here and it's not. Let's see if I can find them. Because if
Mm-hmm.
where is it? I don't want it to crash or anything because I do have the pictures of this.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, is 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 it showing it again or no?
It's not. It's that blank
It went,
screen.
it went
Yeah.
away, right?
Yeah.
Is this a
Yeah.
black screen?
Yep.
You see, there's a problem. All right, let me
Mm-hmm.
hide that on the stream, and let me try to do it all over again. But there is, I do. Let me see. We're gonna try it one more time. If I can't
Mm-hmm.
get it, I'm not doing it
Yeah.
anymore.
And
Uh,
definitely the whole bees, like if anybody whoever watched it and doesn't remember it, you're not paying attention. That was a intense scene
all
with
right,
those bees
can
for
we see it
sure.
now? Uh,
No, it's just us right now.
oh, that's right. I have to come back here and see. This is the problem. Every time I come back here and I have to show it on screen, this thing disappears, and then I can't find it again.
Ah.
Minimize it. No, because now it's black, so you can't
Mm-hmm.
minimize it. But where did it go when you minimize it? That's the problem. I can't find it again.
Mm.
That is the
And
issue.
yeah, I don't know if you're working off of one screen or a couple screens, but I usually feel very much not able to do the
I
just
don't know.
one screen.
I don't
I
know.
would
It
go
usually
crazy.
works. I don't know why it's not working right now. I really don't. It's just I mean
Mm-hmm.
usually it's like my app thing ain't even going on and stuff. So I don't even know
Mm-hmm.
why this thing is acting up the way it is.
Maybe some updates. Maybe they're working out some glitches.
Maybe something. All right. So
Mm.
I will answer the question without showing the picture. So
Yeah.
the bumblebee, if you look at Cherie, she always has the bumblebee in her. If you look at the umbrella that she was having, that she had up, it had the umbrella pattern, it had the bumblebee pattern in it. Right, you can see honeycombs inside of it. When you seen her kill the lady, she killed the lady with the bumblebees. So I
Yeah.
think the bumblebees is a showing that a thing of life. In our time, dealing with bumblebees, we know if the bumblebee
Mm.
dies, we die. So I do believe that a lot of the bumblebees got taken out during this jackpot situation. So I think that her
Mm-hmm.
being the bumblebee means that she is she is the reason how this thing can be cured. She is the bumblebee of this future period. Flynn is that somehow she can cure this whole situation. She could take out and make
Mm-hmm.
this so that jackpot never happened. That's what I think. And when I look at this, the brother as a wolf, basically that's what he is. He's a wolf in sheep clothing. Why? Because when you seen him, they thought it was him playing as the game, but it really wasn't him.
Mm-hmm.
It was his sister inside of his body. So I think he's a wolf in sheep's clothing, and I think that's
Nice.
what it is right there, me personally, and that's the way it goes. So that is my theory with that. How I feel it's going down. What up to Tamara Davis in the building, rocking with us? Hello to you, and hello everybody coming out here watching us right now, and all that stuff. Every time we do a new show, it always starts off slow. I remember when we first did From, we didn't get anyone came, and then at the end we had like 800 people live. So it takes a while for shows to
Yeah.
catch, but we're just ahead of the curve sometimes and
Mm-hmm.
everything. Yeah. All right, so that was that. So why won't this thing just close down for me? I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna drive myself crazy. I don't know. I really am. I really am. I
Oh,
really am. I don't know why.
technology. No, I know what you mean. I would sometimes go into this, try to fix something and then spend so much time on it. Sometimes it's just let it go.
Yeah, I'm
Sometimes.
gonna have to let it go because there's a bunch of things. I understand
Mm-hmm.
why like that. All right, so that's what's on and working, and that's the end. That's working. All right, that's supposed to be working uh, and everything, but it's not showing on the screen either. So I don't know. I can't tell. I'm not even gonna deal with it anymore. We're just gonna talk about this show because I
Yeah.
like it. All right, so Jackpot. They
Mm-hmm.
give you this name Jackpot for this cataclysmic event, and it makes it seem
Yeah.
like what is like. It seems like oh, this could be a good thing. That the jackpot. Everyone wants to win a
Right.
jackpot, and then it turns off that this jackpot is disgusting. It's not a good thing at all. And
Yep.
it wasn't just one event. It was a bunch of events that caused
Mm-hmm.
this whole thing to explode and everything else. So I will ask you because before we go through these things,
Mm-hmm.
who do you like the best? As like who's your favorite character in the show so far?
Um, hmm. I guess I do like there's not one that I don't like, to tell the truth. Everybody, even though what's her I forgot her name, even the wife of goodness, I'm still getting used to the names.
Mm-hmm.
The guy in a pool, the guy who was peeing in the pool, his wife, even her, she's
Yeah,
a character.
peeing in the pool. He
Peeing in
was
the pool.
peeing in the pool.
The guy who pees in the pool, whatever his name is. I'll remember his name probably for next time. But even she, like, she's completely in it. Like, she, yeah, she plays that role perfectly too. Even as as small of a role that she has. I don't have favorites. I do like everyone there. Everybody has their own thing. Even Jasper, um, and his wife.
Yeah,
I do
Jasper.
like the dynamic between everybody there. It's very intriguing.
You're correct. Jasper is his name.
Yeah.
It's definitely his name. See, I should have just went through the picture. See, not. I should have just went through the picture first. Because now it's not letting me find the picture because I'm just having the picture of the butler up.
Mm. Mm.
All right, we're going to hide this on stream real quick. Well, I'm going to figure this thing out. I'm going to get it going. So when we talk about these
Mm-hmm.
people, we'll be able to bring it up. Let's bring up this real quick. That's not a good enough shot of it. Where's on the browse your photos and video?
And as you're looking for it, speaking of the when we were talking about the bees, I do have what do you call it? It's called, I think, it is called tryptophobia. One of
Uh-huh.
the I don't like spots and different kind of textures that resemble the way that bees make their little pockets for honey. And definitely, I have to say, she plays the role really nicely, but I cannot stand her outfits. They're very pretty, I'm sure there's something to them, but to me they're very triggering. And
Who is
every
this?
time I get
Charisse?
the yes, I'm gonna call her the bee lady. She,
Uh-huh.
yes, Charisse. I do love her outfits. They're very interesting. I just cannot look at the sleeves and all that stuff.
It's
It triggers me. Could
it's
not stand
very
it.
futuristic, the way that
Very.
the outfit. I think they did a really good job
Mm-hmm.
on figuring doing something from the you want to do something from the future
Yeah.
and everything else. And I thought they did a really good job with her on her outfits. I thought that's what and especially the way she be rocking her rings too. In fact, so
Mm.
since we're talking about her, look, let's let's bring up a picture of her so that we can see her and all that, so you can see it. But and it's basically the way she's doing it is like she's like living in the man's world. Because she wears I don't say man's clothes, but
Mm-hmm.
kind of like it. She wears uh that. I have to go here, and then I have to come back here. And I just all right. So there we go. Yeah. So if you look at it, she wears
Mm-hmm.
kind of like she has a tie on her neck,
Mm-hmm.
and she has a ring on like this part of
Mm-hmm.
her finger, like close to the nail,
Mm-hmm.
like on the lower half
Mm-hmm.
of the knuckle. She
Yeah.
wears that big ring right there, which I've never seen anyone wear a ring right there.
That's kind of a thing. I've seen it lately where women don't wear them like normally, like you would have it just like here, but like you
Hmm.
said, closer to the nail. I don't know. I guess it's something to get used to. I've never tried that, but that's kind
And
of
she has,
cool.
and she always
Not
has,
that size though.
yeah, she always has a big shoulder pads and everything else. But dealing
Yeah.
with her, when we've seen her in Lev, I thought that scene with her, because we got a lot of Easter eggs in this, and the scene with her and Lev, I thought was amazing. I think that was probably the best scene of it all for the whole show. Without a doubt to me, because we learned so much from that one conversation. Number one, she broke in there without anyone being able to find her. How did she get in there?
Right.
Right, we've seen security.
Mm-hmm.
Security is very tight wherever Lev is.
Yeah.
When Lev was at the country club over there, and Wolf came in, they blindfolded Wolf
Yep.
before he could
Yep.
get in there. Which just shows you, in all honesty, what type of like pieces of shit these people are,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because these
Mm-hmm.
oligarchs who are so rich to the point where if you're not one of them, you can't even look at them. Like they're so rich, like no, you can't look at me. You can't
Right.
look at us at all. We can't have you at all. Like it's like who are you, asshole, to be there and stay like that? You know what I mean?
Right.
But but dealing with that, she gets into the place, and then she drops the bomb on them that we got this special thing that wipes out your whole DNA of kills anyone
Mm-hmm.
that has this DNA will die. And then she steps off with his coffee cup, his teacup, meaning that she has his DNA
Mm-hmm.
because she has that cup. And that is like a crazy type situation because it's not like if you kill everyone, like say, all right, kill everyone who has this person's DNA. You're thinking like, the mother, the father, maybe a couple of kids. No, there's people who have your DNA. There's a drop of your DNA all over the world. So
Mm-hmm.
you're talking about wiping out, could be
Yep.
thousands of people wiped out
Yep.
from this. How did you like that whole situation with them?
That is so scary. And I was wondering where did because I remember seeing it somewhere. What was it? One of the James Bond movies? Wasn't there
Uh-huh.
something like that where there was that bioweapon where it literally interacted with, I guess, the DNA of whatever it was. Basically, it killed your entire line. Like if you touched the person, only person related to you, if they would touch you they would die, and if somebody would touch them they would die. So that is scary. That is scary because there's nothing you can do. There's no going back from that. So if she has, and again, this is very much, I guess, what people not deal with currently, but those are thoughts like, oh, the government has my DNA, the government, like they have everything on everybody. In a way, it's almost impossible to live off the grid. um but the idea that somebody can actually weaponize the potential that they have over there,
Hmm. Yeah,
targets who they want to
a lot of
target,
people look, oh, the
scary.
government they got your fingerprints, they got your DNA, they got
Yeah,
everything they want. There's no way around.
exactly.
And you can say anything you
Yeah.
want. You've been to the doctor that drew your blood, they got you. They got you, no
Mm-hmm.
matter what. No, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fact that they would kill your whole line, and we've seen
Yeah.
talking about killing his whole line. We've seen Lev. Lev already killed all of his
Right.
his his line. Now his not his line that is there, but the line that he
Mm-hmm.
made because he is so arrogant. He didn't want somebody being around his line, walking around with his name and anything. He wants
So
to be.
Was that
Right.
like not where he lives, but that's the in the what do you call it in this what's that in the stub or wherever Flynn
Yeah,
is, right? That's
that was
where he did
the
that.
stub
Still
of him.
scary.
The
No
stub of him.
competition.
But that's what he was using. What was her name? For Atia, what's her name? Not Atia. I say Atia because of Rome, but it's
And me,
Lolita. Lolita.
Alita,
Alita.
yes.
That's what he was using her for. Like she
Mm-hmm.
was there
Yeah.
to deal with the people in the stubs for him to get so he can get that information so he can kill.
Mm-hmm.
But he's so damn conceited. He don't want no one in his life. But the stubs is what the true importance of this is because if you can go into these different time periods, as he said, there's so
Mm-hmm.
many different options that you could do. There's so many different ways to make money in one of these things that it's just an endless possibilities and dealing with the stuff and everything else and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to do a video and give all the names to everything, the stubs, the poltergeist people, how they consider everything. So that way, in case you don't know anything about what's going on and what these names are, everything else, that's what it is. All right, Luna, let's show some chat questions real quick. Luna says the wife had the same attitude with Wolf other to Wilf like the others mean nothing. Exactly. They did. Now we seen him
Mm-hmm.
in there, and that was a crazy scene because you see Wilf, he's in there, and I mean, and when he's in there, the wife is like, you're nothing to me, but basically you want me to
Right.
leave you alone, you're gonna dance with me right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then she starts dancing with him, and she looks like she's really getting into the dancing with him, like, and everything else. And then you see Lev, you can see this contact lens on him, and he's able to see everything that the wife is doing. And he
Mm-hmm.
basically says, like, my wife is having fun with the dog. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
like he's basically like she's playing with the dog, like playing with one of their pet animals.
Mm-hmm.
And so how did you take that scene?
Yeah. See, in his situation, like, what do you do? Like, do you walk away? But then, um, no matter what he does, it's gonna be bad. Because if he walks away, that's disrespect. If you stay, it's being used. And then if he stays, then he thinks, okay, I'm gonna be that one dance and it's over. No, towards the end of that conversation with her, she said something. Oh, you don't want to. However, she phrased it. You don't want to be my enemy, or you don't want me to be your enemy. So like she owns him, and it's a horrible thought that somebody owns you and you have to do what they say. And that false safety, okay, one dance and it's over. No, it's never over.
No, it's,
And
it's never gonna.
yeah.
It's gonna be whatever I
Hmm.
want you to do for as
Yeah,
long as I want you to do it. And
exactly.
that's how rich that like because you see like when Wilf they show Wilf and they show Alita when they're younger, and you
Hmm.
see and this is after the jackpot obviously because you've seen the
Hmm.
way everything was so destitute, and you've seen how they were living. They were living in a like abandoned bus with a bunch of other kids,
Hmm.
and then you could see that she's older than him. And she was looking out for him because he had kids in there that were picking on him, and then they say, hey, go out there because it looked like the government was giving out food and that's what they wanted. But it turned out that it was just a
Hmm.
hologram. He threw the rock at it, and then this is when they got bagged up. So it's so the haves and the haves nots, or you can see the line is so far in between. Got these people that are so rich. And these rich people, how they survive this whole situation must be that, they're rich enough to get like these bunkers or something like that,
Right.
and they probably were underneath these bunkers and everything else, and that's how they were able to survive this because there was three phases to the jackpot, right? There was three of them, and people are
So
like,
the
yeah,
the first one was the what was it, the blackouts, then
yeah, the electrical blackouts, and
yeah,
then there
the
was
virus,
the virus famine, and
and
then it was
the
the nuclear
explosions.
bomb,
Hmm.
the nuclear bomb for the domestic terrorist attack
Yeah.
that all went out, and that was the end of it. And people are like, yes, these are the same people who made Westworld. And luckily they got something. Westworld's canceled, so they
Hmm.
got nothing to do. So luckily they do have this show right now because Westworld
Yeah.
is done right now. So rest in peace, Westworld. They thought they were getting
I
another
have
season.
not seen the last one, so I don't know if it's worth it, but yeah. Um, So actually the scenery, the stuff that they showed over there, it's very interesting, and I wonder what it is, because when we see them as kids, Alita and Wolf as kids, the air, you can't even see anything. And I wonder if this is just the area that they were in hiding, or through those couple decades, I'm assuming at least couple decades went by, the outside looks nice. I wonder what it is. And we can see there are a couple of shots of the, again, outside, but I wonder how far outside. Is it some kind of I'm not even thinking like a dome. Why is the air so clean? And even without, what did they say, without the implants, it's almost impossible to survive out there. So I wonder what it is, like how bad it is out there, and why they need those little microchips or whatever they're called.
Yeah, because after we hear Alita, we hear him tell Lev tell Alita that Lev tell Wolf that Alita can't survive without that chip for long. Like
Mhm.
she's not going to survive out this. So you may be onto something with this dome situation, because you see when they are there, it is so dusty. The people that are out there
Mhm.
from the government, they got full face masks on, right? Full face gas masks on. Uh, just so they can't breathe it. But the kids are out there breathing it. Now, I'm not saying it's good for
Mhm.
them, but they are out there breathing it. So, but
Mhm.
it seems like it seemed like a dust, like it was the desert, just straight dust desert type storm, just with it all just
Mhm.
blowing around all the time, and this inhaling it just can't be good for you. But you could be
Mhm.
on, because it does seem like right then where they're at in London, that there's none of that. It's clear, the air is clear, everything seems to be good,
Mhm.
and everything
Pristine,
else.
even the streets are so shiny. I don't know what that was. Again, I was watching it on a, not the newer TV, on the older one, a little bit over older version. So I'm thinking, what, like the streets look so pretty, clean, and of course no people, not too many people there, but it's almost impossibly clean. Like just couple decades, and it's
Yeah, so
even cleaner than now,
there's not one like wrapper on the floor.
right?
Like
Right.
everything is just done. And what up to my man Fernandez T, came in here rocking with us. Thank you so much for joining us and everything. We truly appreciate it and stuff. Uh People, let's see. Let me answer this question. Is this show worth it? I've watched the first episode and I didn't enjoy it, to be honest. All right. I think 100% it's worth it, and I think that if you start watching it, you'll get into it. It's very, very. If you like shows that you have that has a lot of mystery in it, then I would say it's worth it. What would you say, Elamar, if you were going to give some advice about watching this show? What type of person would you think? What type would watch a show like this?
Like, well, this is a combination, like you said, really well with it's a mystery, because they're not waiting with all the answers till the end of the season, like we were saying with other shows. They're not holding everything till the end. It's futuristic, but at the same time mystery. Different people have different things going on, so everybody has a different struggle there. It's not just like one character going through whatever they're going through. There are different components of it. There are different things mentioned. Flynn has her thing, her brother has different stuff, then there are different characters, the friends. Every There's no and with the shows lately, um or not shows, but TV, movies, I really don't like how the message is, like, shoved in our faces. Like, just here, there is a message, there are messages, there are little hints of, don't go through my stuff. I went through, like Flynn said, don't go through my stuff. You were gone, I had to deal with this. But she did it like a normal conversation, like an outburst. It wasn't like a preaching to, okay, now I'm going to send you a message, let's have a, PSA, and inform people of what not to do, and this is my struggle. It's very, I guess, the way people would interact. Even the silly thing in the car where he tells her, well, you shouldn't have said anything to, what's her name, Billy Ann, I forgot her name, Jasper's wife.
Hmm.
And I'm thinking that was so dumb. But Flynn is not flawless. She's this, glorious woman who is, who makes no mistakes. She makes mistakes, big ones too. And I
Yes.
like it. It's very futuristic, but then realistic as far as interaction go.
Yeah, she's not a
Um,
Mary Sue,
yeah,
right? And that's a character who, woman
exactly.
character who can do no wrong. You can see that she's definitely not a
Mm,
Mary Sue. I think
yeah.
it's hard if you're not paying attention. It's going to be hard to follow, and that's the
Hmm.
bottom line. I know you're saying you liked From. From was great. I love From. We'll be back for another season of From, of course, when it comes out. We love it. Two different types of shows. So you're talking about a
Hmm.
horror show and you're talking about a
Yeah.
sci-fi mystery
Yeah.
right here, so it could be hard for some people to follow if you don't like paying attention to stuff because they're talking about a whole bunch of things that could go over
Mhm.
your head if you're not really paying attention and
And
everything.
with sci-fi, you mentioned sci-fi. That's a great thing. But with sci-fi that I usually was used to, and I do love sci-fi, sci-fi adventure, all that stuff. I do love it. But this is not like completely out there sci-fi. This is a kind of sci-fi where I see that technology, like the drones and the little, holograms and all that stuff. The printing things are not out there very far. Meaning, like they're in a town. It's a small town. It's future. I see how this could be made. It's futuristic for us, but it's not completely like, oh yeah, it's teleporting, sure. They explain stuff like time travel, like this is a data transfer. My body is here, but the mind, I guess they didn't say it like that, but my mind, what makes me, the consciousness, that's data. A lot of data. It's we're computers in a way, like just really, very complicated ones. And it's just data transfer. So they do it well. I do enjoy the way they did it.
Yeah, and that's basically what it is. This whole show's about data transfer. Because even when you deal with with the peripheral people, you know what I mean. Peripheral people. I mess this word up all the time, right? But even when you deal with them, you know what I mean. It's really just transferring your data into these robots and then
Hmm.
having this robot act out and be alive for you and stuff. So we've
Yeah.
seen one doing that in this, and that was when Charisse had to kill her hitman, right? Last episode, because he was about to spill the beans, but I guess she likes him because she see her bring him back as an android. And I thought it was interesting the way they were tuning him, tuning his
Hmm.
voice, tuning the way he talked, the way he stood. How did you feel about that scene?
See, that one, it was kind of cool, but I think it was more of like show. Oh, let me see. Technically, my assumption would be that they would have his voice somewhere out there, that she wouldn't have to go through, the little whatever she did with tuning. But it was a cool, like, oh, okay, I guess they can do more stuff to it. And yes, she did ask for what did she call, like a blank one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, to change, to make her changes. I did like the scene. Every scene that she is in shows her power, shows her need for control, but not blind obedience. I think she likes a little bit of a, I guess, pushback, and because it would be just too easy if somebody would be completely compliant with everything. That's why she tuned it down, what, to 20%. What was it? His she didn't call it obedience, but whatever the word she used. Like, yeah, she, like, oh, if you say so. So he's showing a bit of an attitude that, like a person would. It was really cool. I am not a huge fan of the fact that, it's a face and it's future. They didn't have to have those, the triangles on the face, but I guess it's distinguishing, a person like that, from just a regular, like a what do you call it, like a android from actual human. There has to be something. But it's freaky. It's so weird. You can
It
put
is,
anybody's face.
and see, this is the thing. When they give you those diamond shaped ones, right? When they do that, then you
Mm,
know that it's an android. But you
yeah,
know that there's going to be a bunch of these people who are peripheral, that is not that you're not going to see the diamond shape.
yeah,
You're going to see the body, and you're going to think it's a regular person, and they're really not going to
yeah.
be. Just like I said, I think in the modern day with Flynn, there is one walking around. I think it's that Mary was a Mary Lou. What is her name? Bobby Joe.
Billy. Yeah.
Billy
Billy
Ann. I knew it
Ann.
was some
Billy Ann.
name like that.
Hmm.
I don't think Billy Ann's a real person. I
She
don't. I
seems very like conveniently there and conveniently I guess supportive, non-questioning too much. I don't know.
She's in the perfect
Yeah,
position to get too
right?
much information.
Yeah,
That's why you kill her and you make her one of these androids.
yeah.
Because she's there to get information from Flynn. She's there to get information from the from the guy who killed the evil man that I can't you I
The guy who
I
pees in the pool.
the pee in the pool man. The, the,
Yes.
the man who pees in the pool is forgetting his name now
Forgot his
and
name.
everything. But she's right in position to get information from both of them and
Yeah.
everything else. People saying that the cop's wife is sus too. All right, so or fiance. I don't know if she's sus. I would say she's nosy. Like I
Uh,
think that, but I can understand why you would say Corbell. Yes, correct. Thank you,
about, mhm.
Core goddamn Bell. All right, but yes, he's now number one. You got to understand that Flynn used to date her husband. Right, that was Flynn's man.
Mhm.
From what I'm picking up on, like that was her man back before she
Mhm.
got with this dude. This is just what it was. You know what I mean? So she already suspect about her, and she was trying to figure out what they doing in these damn video games, and everything else. And I think that the questions she's asked were rational because, listen, at one point Flynn had her eyeball was bleeding, and then all of a sudden it's gone. There's no blood in the eyeball. So what is that
Mhm.
right there? Is that real, or is she just hallucinating that blood in
Hmm.
her eyeball, or is it there and just going away? And why is she getting all these side effects right now? Do you think it's the headsets that's causing her to go into seizures and everything?
I think it's straining on the brain. That's a lot of activity there, a lot of data transfer going back because she disappears from where she's at sitting as a person in her body. It has to go. She has to go somewhere, and that's a lot of transfer. And my assumption is that her brain is still working because her brain is processing it, but her I guess mind is somewhere else. So it's like Wi-Fi kind of thing. It's not hardwired, but kind of Wi-Fi connection. And I think she is suffering those side effects. But what I'm thinking is not only currently like to her health in general, but to her mind. That kind of um, on and off being in her body and being out of her body. I wonder if it changes a person, like her personality. I still think that there is something going on. Um, because it looks like they're the good people, like oh all this bad stuff happening, but what if it's like some other movies that are out there where it's actually them, whatever they do, they don't prevent it, they actually make it happen, um, or help it. Again, it seems like the show is borrowing with there's nothing wrong with borrowing ideas from other because everything has already been done before. It just making it again maybe in a new fresher way and maybe dressing it up better, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's kind of a thing, we're rooting for her. What if by doing something, maybe not intentionally, she causes some stuff to happen?
Yeah, I think that definitely could be what, like, people fulfill prophecies by trying not to fulfill the
Right.
prophecy, right?
Right.
And
Yeah.
somehow they get those things going. So I think it's either one thing. It's either the headset, which it could be the headset, but more
Hmm.
realistically, I do believe it's the weapon that she was shot with, that sonic gun
Mm.
that she got shot with a couple of times that's making her go into these seizures. That somehow by getting shot with that sonic gun, because she got shot a couple of times with that
Right.
gun, once in the
Like
chest and everything else.
seriously close up. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that
Yeah.
somehow that's still affecting her, and that's
Yeah.
what would affect her, and that's what would it be. Maud Mary saying Billy Ann is helping Flynn decide to go in on the sim. She's also spying too. She must also be a peripheral. As I have said, Maud Mary, you're on the same wavelength as the Don Tony Teflon. Someone else here said that they think that it's the gun too. Yeah, it's most. I think it's both the headset and the gun. I think you're walking the line here. You can't walk that line. You got to pick one. But yeah, I do. It could be both, but I do believe that if it's going to be anything, it's the gun, because I don't think that's going to happen to everybody else who jumps in there and everything else. I
Mhm.
don't think it's gonna be like that. I at
Didn't
all. I
mhm.
think it's just gonna be her that happens to. Because once her brother gets a body and her
Yep.
brother's boy gets a body, eventually, when they get bodies and stuff and they get out there and start doing their thing, I don't think that's what's going to help
Mhm.
them.
Is
What?
that the
Oh,
last person who shot her with that gun? Didn't he say that, or whoever? See, I'm drawing a blank right now. Who did it to her, like straight to her head? I think right. That was straight to her brain.
hmm.
Didn't they say that it had actually effects? It carries over, or whatever word they used. Um, there is. I mean, maybe there's data corruption. While she's there. Who knows?
What we seen when they got hit up with that cop, hit them up, right?
Hmm.
And was there for that one time. See if I can bring up a picture of the cop real quick. This is asking a lot right now. What it really
Let's see if
isn't,
it works. Yeah.
but for some reason it is. Oh, I can't. I don't have the picture of a cop, but I do have a picture of an
Hmm.
android. So we'll just bring up a picture of the android.
Okay.
We can't do that for you. Oh wait, do I have the picture of the android with the face? Yeah, I do. All right, let's put the face on it on that one real quick. We'll bring that up. Should be able to do that. Da, da, da. Screen, and I will have this fixed by next time. I promise you. Promise it'll be fixed by next time. All right. So we see. All right. So we see that we see this the doctor messing with this one with this row android, and this is when
Hmm.
she's putting the face on him and everything else and all that. But that's when. But when we're talking about them getting stopped with the by the cop. It seemed like when we discussed this last week that it's quite possible that you can get trapped inside of your peripheral. Like there's a way that because she had to ask permission to leave,
Hmm.
to get out. So it's got to be a way you can do it. My Mary's asking me to read a comment that there's no way you could rewrite it. Go up here and find it. Sims hand was. Is this what right here? Is this what you're talking about? I don't know. Her Sims hand was torn off to reveal the robot underneath. Her real life hand is damaged. You're correct.
Mm.
You are correct there, my Mary. That is correct. So when she was in her sim,
Hmm.
her hand got torn off, and that's the same hand that is damaged right at this moment.
Yep.
That you always see her grab the
Hmm.
toothpaste and squeeze the toothpaste and everything else. So
Yep.
it's saying that there's some connection, some physical connection of what's going on there that's affecting her in her real life too. And you're
Like
exactly
data transfer both ways. So send it out, come back with some damage and viruses.
so that has to put it right in that has to be right there. The 100% proof that you need that without a shadow of a doubt that it's the gun that's causing her this damage. It's not the headset itself.
Hmm.
It's the gun. It's the damage she's taking,
It's what happened to her. Yeah.
yeah, in there that's
Yeah.
causing her to do this and everything else. And so it's not that stuff that's going on. But I also think that's a good possibility that somehow this cure that they gave the mom could also lead to this jackpot.
Mm. That
Because
bio
I think that
bio.
that cure seems to be the miracle
Yeah.
cure. It like cured everything in this woman. This woman was blind. Everything was going wrong
Hmm.
with her. She took this one shot, and now all of a sudden she's cured of everything. Now, if somehow the doctors get a hold of her blood and they can somehow duplicate this, and you get the population that won't die off, and then now
And then
no
you have
one's
to do
dying.
something about it.
Yeah, I don't know, but that may not, because it would have to be really fast, right? Because they say what year it only takes place a few years after.
Hmm.
Like it's not like it's gonna take place years, like 20, 30 years. It's
Yeah.
only like 15 years, right? When this whole
Yeah.
thing starts to jump off.
Yeah.
So
She
something,
did say like it's 8 years away. I think the first,
yeah,
what was
the
it? The
first one.
blackout for 8 years away. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah. So it's something else is going on there. It could be something else because it's happening very fast. This whole situation
Mm.
with them. So it could be something else. But the guy said, he said before he got his throat slashed, you took something from her, and then before he
Mm.
could say what she took, she slashed the throat.
What if it's that eye piece? Because the hand injury was affecting her. So by having that implant put in, not implant, that eye oh, what do you call it? Transplanted into her, that person, that body that she was in the
Hmm.
future. What if having that eye actually transferred some things into currently? I mean, whatever happened to her there then affected her in the present where she's in. So that eye being swapped, maybe that's part of it. Because what else could she have taken if not that?
Now the eye
Um,
being swapped, that was on her brother's body, right? Or was that her
but
body?
she was, but it was no, but it was happening to her, meaning that was her brother's body, but she was
It was
experiencing the same
happening
thing
to
with the
her.
hand and the same
Hmm.
thing with the gun. It was
You're correct.
happening in her mind. So maybe there's something with that
So you
eye.
think, so we do see the eye, her eye get full of blood too, right? So you think that
Hmm.
the blood
And I
that
think,
happened in her eye was from the,
now that you mention it, that's the same eye that was taken out, right? It was her left eye.
yep.
And I think she had that bruise on her left eye too. So it may be that. And if she got upset when she was really, I would say furious, that's when it started happening. So maybe events of where she's right now currently, some of the things get triggered. Like if she gets triggered, it activates something in her.
Yeah.
That
So
memory, that data.
they're in imaginary realm, says that in 2032 it happens in 2039. All right, is when it jumps off. Everything jumps
Hmm.
off. Thank you for the super chat, Mod Mary. Truly appreciate it. And I'm going to make a bold prediction. Flynn and her brother's men are going to cause the real world ending. The triarchy are trying to change that. So I do believe, from what I'm seeing here, from what my marriage is, that it's her brother's men that are the domestic terrorists that start the nuclear war.
So maybe the blackouts, because that's what starts. What if by they're trying to start the? I mean, by making the blackouts happen, maybe they're trying to fix something. To again data transfer. Maybe they're trying to
And
do
to
something, and this is
accidentally
actually
everything up.
maybe that. Plus, maybe they think, okay, if we, it's like turning it on and off, off and keeping it off, like on a computer, like the first suggestion you get if something's not working, turn it off. Have you tried restarting your computer, kind of thing, right? And keeping it off for whatever 15 seconds. What if they try doing that to get the grid off, to erase whatever needed to be erased? And but then bad stuff happened. Maybe the blackout and everything that followed was a lesser evil. Maybe the other thing would be complete annihilation. Who knows? It seems bad what would happen, but maybe the alternative was worse. Maybe they had to choose between the two,
Yeah, it could be a
evils.
situation that they were trying to actually do good, but wound up fucking everything up.
Yeah, that
You know,
too.
and it could be his men, his brother, and because they seem very capable. Like maybe we have to get to this nuclear weapon, but by the time they get there, they blow everything up and fuck everything up,
Right.
and
Yeah.
everything blows up, and that's the final thing that starts all this. And it should say, and the triarchy are trying to change all that. So I think that the triarchy, not all of them. So I think that Charisse would be one that would be trying to change it, but not Lev. I think Lev is in it for himself. I think
Mm.
he just wants to make money. And I don't think he's trying to. I think he's happy with the way the world is right there.
Um, I would say so. From especially by killing his other, him and his people or his family in this other air. Oh, what do you call it? Not dimension, but in the stub, I guess. Um, so definitely, he changed the future already for them, for Flynn.
Hmm.
It's not gonna hurt. Flynn's future will not have the people that are there currently. Um, so yes, definitely, I would say he is more interested. I think he's more interested in just kind of living his life to the fullest in the situation that he is, and not worrying about outsiders. Just having. I don't think he has that vision. um I keep forgetting her name, the bee lady. She has a purpose. Like, she has
Sharice.
a purpose. Cherise, she is driven by something. She has a goal. As far as Lev, he's just kind of, I guess, sorry, my dog. He has, like, I guess they're trying to find Alita and all that, but I don't think it's the same kind of drive that compared to her, to the other
Yeah,
side
she's
of,
she's the
yeah,
science. Like, so when they
yeah.
show the triarchy, the three people who run the show,
Mm-hmm.
you have the cops. I forgot the name right now. Off the head, you got the cops. You got the
Mm-hmm.
scientists, and then you have the oligarchs, the rich people. He's with the
Yeah.
oligarchs, right? So, and
Yep.
everything else, and he's a kind of like a gangster. That kind of that's the best way to
Mm-hmm.
describe them, like the mafia. Who runs everything, and she's a scientist, and I think that she wants to fix things, but that's why they're trying to make it look like she's the evil person, like she's the bad
Mm-hmm.
guy, but it's really Lev. He's the bad guy. He is the true wolf in this whole
Mm.
situation. He is the bad person in here and everything. Is what I
Yeah, it
believe.
doesn't seem like that at first, like, because, oh, he is, with family and friends, and he has these dogs, and he seems like very put together, and she's, killing people left and right. But I guess somebody has to make the decisions of, who lives, who dies. But
Oh, is that
definitely, she's cruel. I gotta say, she's cruel. She could have chosen a different death for that lady, for Grace, but no, death by bees. That's
you
terrifying.
didn't like
It,
that, do you?
no, as a kid, as a child, actually, I was attacked by
By bees?
bees. Yes, when I was a kid, I won the race to the willow tree by the river. I was the first one there, and the prize was being attacked by the bees who lived in that tree. So that was
And,
fun.
how did you survive this bee attack? Did you
Oh,
jump in the
I went
water?
into like a mini coma almost. I was in a hospital for 2 weeks.
Oh my
That was my
god!
summer vacation at my grandma's. It was terrifying. It was terrifying. My
Well,
friends actually
in
saved
a
me.
coma for 2 weeks, I would think so.
Yeah, it was. I guess I'm maybe not exactly coma. I was in and out, like out of consciousness. So that was kind
Yes.
of scary, very scary. That was my summer vacation. My friends actually saved me by. We had a fire, we were just chilling over there. So had a fire going on. So the older friends, they thought really quickly. They took a blanket and they made smoke. Basically, they took the fire. They put the blanket over it to make smoke to get the
Hmm.
bees, to go away. Funny
Oh my
enough, my
god!
father, in his retirement, he's a beekeeper now, so it just never leaves me. I'm
Listen, you
telling
bet.
you.
I
So when I
mean,
go over there, I was like,
don't piss his dad off.
no, 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 great honey, but no, like, summertime, I stay inside. I stay inside. There's a lot of bees in his backyard. It's like a scene, literally like a scene from that. Yeah, yeah.
No, I
So
hear
no,
you.
not a fun death at all. It's painful. It's painful. It hurts a lot. And you die from either shock, or if you're allergic, you die quicker. If not, then your heart may give out. You just, yeah, it's not a good death. It's scary.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. That does not sound like a good death right there. Oh,
No.
let's go back. I'm sorry, I'm not even looking at the screen real quick. You got another super chat from Maya Mary. Thank you so much, Maya Mary. Uh, I mean, that's the only money we're making on the stream. So I truly appreciate it. Uh, to make matters worse, some of the triarchy are good, some are bad, living their best life in a fake sim world. Some are trying to save the
Mm.
planet. And yeah, I agree that not all bad. So it's a very gray world that they're putting out there. They're not trying to make every one of them bad, but I don't think a lot of like even when they have them inside of the place and Lev is at, and he's like, and you have to get blindfolded before you get in there. I
Mhm.
think some of those people in there are Sims. I don't
Mm.
think, or I think a lot of people, because the way it seemed like when they got stopped by that cop, like he
Mhm.
went into that whole big excuse. Oh, this is a sim of my ex girlfriend, and and I have my new girlfriend in her body, and I'm falling in love. Like it seems like this is what people do. Like listen, I don't want to see you. I'm just gonna send my robot to go see you, and I'm gonna be in a different country, but I'll send my robot over there, and it's like you can do whatever you want to do to this robot until I get back, or whatever. And
Mm.
I think a lot of people are most likely living like
Mm.
that, right there, which
It's
would be crazy.
it's very strange idea. Like visiting somebody. Like you don't have to go through travel like normally we would. You just kind of get uploaded to
Yeah,
to
someone makes a
just
sim of you.
visiting.
They make a robot of you, and say, "I want to see you, baby." And like you have a different country. All right, let me put on my headset real quick, and then
Right,
boom,
exactly.
now I'm here with you, and we're walking
Right.
around, and everywhere else is my back. I see
That's a way to
peripheral.
travel.
I see
Safer, I
peripheral
guess.
everywhere. They are everywhere, goddamn. They are everywhere. And I think that's going to be the key when it's all said and done. Which ones actually are there and which one
Mm.
isn't there? And then
It's
that's why.
mhm.
No,
And
go ahead.
especially since I didn't know that it's made by the same people who made Westworld, and that was one of the things I remember watching the first couple of the seasons, and it's like, okay, who is actually real? Like who is not? Um, who is in the as a real person? I forgot what they were
Mhm.
called when
They're
they're not
hosts,
real.
right? Was it
Host,
host?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think they were different. I think I saw a different movie where somebody was called like a sleeve. They're getting a sleeve, but like a body, a different body. There was a different show that I forgot what it was called. Host
And
there exactly.
Imaginary
Yeah.
Realm, you're correct. They did this in Total Recall. They did that in Total Recall.
Right.
They also did it in a Bruce Willis movie. I forgot what the name of it was. In Bruce Willis movie, where people, he was in the house with his wife and in a different room, and she refused like to come out in a room. Like she's like, "Oh, you can't
Mm.
see me," blah blah. Like they were in the same house, and she
Hmm.
wouldn't see him physically. She'd only let her robot like of her see him.
Huh. I
And
had
so
no. I don't know which one that is
I
interesting.
can't think
And
of
yes,
the
Jana
name of it.
Haymaker, Altered Carbon. Yeah, that's the one. They're called slaves. Hmm.
But yeah,
So
they have.
very interesting concept. I don't know what to think about that though. Like it's like for example Flynn, right? Her
Yeah,
body. I was thinking like, what if she would have woken up in that box again? Like it's like okay, it's like the Interview with the Vampire. Or you wake up in a box. What if she just decided to hop in right without an invite? She's okay. I'm just gonna visit, and then she wakes up in a box and can't leave because I don't know who makes her who anything who does it where she leaves can she just leave when she wants to. That's a scary thing.
it would
I was
definitely be
yeah.
scary. Now, Phil Issues guys in the chat. What up to my brother Phil? It's not 12 Monkeys. It's Surrogates. Surrogates is that's what it's called. Peter Griffin says
Mm,
Surrogates. We're going, yeah, it's Surrogates and stuff and everything else. But that's the
mm,
name of it, Surrogates.
no.
But yeah, it would be weird, like especially when she looked down and she goes, "You don't keep me in this box, do you?" Like, no, 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 no.
That's very
We don't keep
weird.
you in there. And then after that, you see them. They have her playing with their daughter, like kicking the ball around and
Hmm.
everything else, and just doing
Yeah.
all that. Like she's just straight robot until
Hmm.
she gets the upload of this woman into her. She's just a
Yeah.
straight robot and everything, you know. So it's definitely very weird. I think we touched on a lot of stuff
Hmm.
going going on. Let's see if see if there's anything else we could touch on that we didn't touch on yet.
Mm.
I think we've been through a lot. I'm trying to think of it. What else happened in this episode that we did not talk about so far?
Um, the I guess the part where like, do you think what's her name, Billy Ann, when will she ever, like, I wonder if she knows who she is. I wonder if they have consciousness of some kind,
No, so I
or
think they
they're just
killed Billy Ann. I mean, she's dead. The real Billy
complete.
Ann.
So she's not real. There's nothing there. Like none of her part, like I'm gonna call it soul, is there. It's just that she's not like sleeping, not unaware,
No,
living. It's fake.
I think they killed her, and they
Hmm.
replaced her with like a robot, like they did with this guy, like they did with the
Yeah.
guy with the face, like this guy
Yeah.
right here,
Yeah. Yeah. The
like that.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
think that's what Billy Ann is, but but in the regular body.
Hmm.
So she's not an actual peripheral because it's not her actually controlling
Hmm.
the body.
Yeah.
I think it's just a robot of her, you know, just like
Yeah.
uploaded like this dude, and she's going walking around without the face like that, without the
Hmm.
diamonds in the face. So that's what I think
Very,
it is.
very interesting concept. And again, there was one more movie. What was it? Six Day? No, that was with Arnold. When um again, part, what was it? Like there were copies made. So this, the way they're doing it, I like the freshness of it, because like I said, the concepts are all there. A lot of stuff is from different places, but the way they're doing it, it still leaves a mystery. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm just sitting and watching the next one, and I'm going to be wowed. I will not be making predictions in general while watching it, just probably here with you while streaming, because I just like to be entertained. And I'm very much wowed, like, oh, this happened, oh, that happened, I did not know that. I like to be surprised, so I'm, yeah, looking forward to the other
Yeah,
ones.
Luna, the name of Elamar's cat, says
Yes.
if Flynn and Dolores is a Dolores, a kind of a no problem. So
Mm.
I don't think that she could be one a peripheral because of the blood. We see the blood in her
Mm.
eye, and we see the blood coming out of you know, inside of her. I don't think these robots have blood like that in them. You know, when we
Hmm.
seen her rip the hand off, there was no blood there.
True.
So
And
that's why I can't think that
mhm.
it's her would be that she would be a robot peripheral right now. So it can't be her.
Hmm.
She's not. She's not going to be her. Now the people who came to fight them,
Yeah.
they could be. They came to fight the brothers. Some of them could be.
Were these, now I wasn't sure where they came from. Was it just people hired, like, there was an ad to kill them, to kill the family, and just anybody who wanted to get the money showed up, or was it more targeted that they had a group of people that were specifically sent, like from, like you said, like data transfer,
Hmm.
going back versus going forward, like Wolf does. He kind of goes
Yeah.
back. Yeah, but he does it like in what do you call it, in virtual reality versus life. Yeah, that is interesting. I would think that um whatever, because they can 3D print almost anything over there, right? Like they were printing everything, right? It's just weird. Like you get a schematic, and then they can print 3D print the headset. That's something that some of these components, like they said, were not even, like that doesn't exist in a way, and now it does because we have a schematic for it. Really
Yeah,
interesting
because
stuff that they can just
you
print
also
anything.
see like you also see like they're able to 3D print guns like
Right.
nothing. like they could just make as many
Right.
guns as they want and just this 3D print guns and everything. Mod Mary's asking, what did Flynn get that was stolen from the Bee Queen? Was it an extra groom, or was it a way to get Flynn talking to her and get into the sim? I mean, we don't know
Mm,
exactly. I mean, it could be the actual headset itself.
mm,
But besides that, the only thing that she's gotten special was that cure for her mother.
mm,
And we know that she's the technological, the technology people. So she could have came up with that cure. Her people.
mm,
I mean, if I had to pick one thing, I would say it's that the cure for the mother. It has to be something to do with that. That's the only
mm.
thing I could see that she's gotten.
For me, I still think it's something with to do with the eye. Um, Not even
Everyone thinks
knowing.
eye. So the eye is. Everyone keeps saying the eye too, and it could be. All right, let's talk about the eye for a
Mm-hmm,
little bit. Let's break it down exactly how the eye thing went down.
mm-hmm.
So she's in her brother's body at this
Yeah,
particular time. Her brother's peripheral. Now,
peripheral.
what happened to that? Her brother's peripheral.
It got completely destroyed by that gun. It was
That's right.
close, but I don't know why. I don't understand why he died. Um, why he died at the moment he did by being shot, but then she gets shot in her body, the body that they make for her,
Uh huh.
and her body doesn't. I don't think it gets destroyed. Does she die or she doesn't die? I don't remember that part. Like I didn't understand why his body died but hers didn't, unless she. I'm sorry.
So go. I'm trying to think. So we go through it real quick.
Mm-hmm.
They go out on the date with the woman that she wants him to be
Yeah.
with, right? Does he get? He gets the eye before. He gets the eye after the date or before
After.
the date?
I think. Oh. Hmm.
Does he get her eye? Is it her eye?
So it's her eye. So
It's
he
her eye.
gets
So it has to
it.
be from the date. So he
Mm-hmm.
goes on the date. He kidnaps her. He grabs her up, right?
Yeah.
And then they kill her, that lady, for her eyeball.
Mm-hmm.
They get her eyeball and they insert the eyeball into
Mm-hmm.
his peripheral, not hers, into his peripheral.
But she's
And
experiencing it.
she's experiencing the whole thing. They think at this time they think it's him. She's experiencing the
Mm-hmm.
whole thing go down. She gets the eye put inside of there. And what they used the eye for was to scan to get inside of that building.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
is that the only thing that eye is for because that's what it seems like, right? It seems that it was to get inside of that building, and that's why they needed her eye. Now, could they have just cut her head off and just held her head up like Medusa? Did they really have to put the eye inside of this one?
Um. I think that I is like a key or access. So the data that she didn't just, I don't think she just opened or used the eye to open it. I think there was some data transfer through the eye into the brain, and maybe if it would be just holding the head like Medusa, it would not go anywhere. It would just open the door, but it wouldn't do anything. Like, but they needed somebody's brain to take that information. Somebody, friendly brain, so maybe they transferred something. She Again, I did not watch it multiple times, so I don't know what exactly was happening when she was looking into that place, or was it that triangle? I think wherever she was looking, or she in that moment. So I think something got stored in the brain, and
Mhm.
maybe even by dying, maybe some glitch took place, and
Let's see something real
that
quick.
she's aware of
Uh,
something. She's not even aware of the things that she has in her brain, like, it's subconscious. um so maybe, yeah, it's like a hidden file that she doesn't even know she has.
Let me see something. I'm trying to see here in this picture if it. I know I took a picture of it, but I may not have saved that picture. Uh, what eye did Lev have the contact lens in the right eye too, right?
uh
I
for
think
him, I think it was right, but for her it was left, I
it was
think.
her left eye or was her right eye?
So when I was looking at the screen, it was on my looking at the screen. It was on my right side. So I'm assuming that's her left eye because
Her
she's
left eye. So her left eye
yeah,
has the got
yeah,
taken out,
yeah.
and the eye that the brother uses to with his military friends,
Hmm.
is that also the left eye?
I'm not sure. I wonder also if it has something to do with which eye goes to which side of the brain where the information is stored. But I don't remember which side his was.
Because we see that his haptics is
Mm-hmm.
basically the same type of situation because they do that bonding, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing that she does, where you could see through the people's eyes and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not what Lev has with his wife, because he had a contact lens to see what was going through his wife's eye. He wasn't linked up to his wife like that, because you could, when they zoomed in on his eye, you could definitely see
Mm-hmm.
that he had a contact lens in, and that's what was giving him the ability to see
Mm-hmm.
what his wife was doing.
Hmm. I wonder if that's that he's hooked up to his wife or to Wolf. Um, I
It was
wonder.
I
I
thought
didn't
it was
pay.
his wife that he was seeing. That, but you
Mhm.
make an interesting point. I don't think we can know. What if it was Wolf? But if
Mhm.
if it was a contact lens,
Mhm.
his wife would, it would seem like more thing like his wife has the contact lens in, she has the contact lens, and he's not even
Mhm.
caring about his wife. He's like, my wife is playing with the dog. Like she's like
Mhm.
he looked at it as if he was throwing the dog a bone, the way she's dancing with the dog. You're like, oh,
Mhm.
that's the way it is. But she looked like she was looking for the bone from this dog, more than throwing the
Yeah.
dog a bone. The way she was
Yeah.
dancing with him,
Yeah.
and she started getting hot and bothered. But he may be like, so what? Let her have her fun with the, like he's beneath me. He's just, a sex toy.
Mhm.
He's just a walking
Right.
dildo. So what if she does something with him?
Yeah, it's a very unsettling thought that somebody can think so little of somebody else that they don't even see them as they see them like a pet, like he said, pets. It's like, a husband looking at the wife playing with their dog, like, oh, who's a good boy, playing with it, like, oh, she's giving this dog so much attention, so much love. But I'm not jealous because it's a dog. It's an
Hmm.
awful thing, the way he, oh, I love my pets. I'm quite fond of my pets. Like, oh my god. Yeah, just for that comment. And they're talking about human beings, and I'm assuming he's a human being. It doesn't look, I don't doubt, I would be surprised if for whatever reason he was altered in some way.
Who, Wolf?
Yeah.
You think Wolf could be a
Mm.
peripheral?
Well, he wouldn't know it. Right? We wouldn't
No,
know it.
you
They would
wouldn't
want
know.
us to not know it.
You wouldn't know. Nobody would know. Anyone is game to be one. Anyone can be
Oh
one,
my
and we
god,
would
it's
not
the
know.
least you expect. It's like
We would
Westworld,
know.
like who is it? Like, they don't even know that they are, not what they think they are. Mm. Speaking of Wolf,
Peter Griffiths is saying,
mhm,
does Lev really believe Wolf would kill Alita? I keep
mhm,
saying Atia every time I say it, I think of Rome. Alita, no
mhm.
way would he kill his sister or want to be like. Does he want her dead?
I
It,
think they
it,
just need to
I,
find her.
I don't know if he wants her dead. I think he just
Hmm.
thinks she'll come to him because it's her brother.
So actually, that's a great point. Because what did Flynn's brother say, like, to when he was talking to Corbell, where he just attacked somebody, not even knowing them, and he woke up unconscious, or he woke up after being unconscious, and it turns out that the guy did something to his somebody's superiors at some point, but Flynn's brother never met the guy. He just almost beat him to within an inch of dying. So what if there's something that Lev did to Wolf, where or anybody where they can do something just based on whoever programmed them or did something to them, altered them in some way. He can act out of character, he can injure somebody, and won't even know why he's doing it in a moment. That is terrifying. Yeah, haptics, yeah, exactly.
Now,
um
Phil, the issues
Memory
guy
from the yeah.
from the Usual Suspects podcast is saying, I was saying this last week. I think Wolf does not trust the people he's working with, so he's actually using a peripheral of himself just in case they betray him and try to kill him.
Hmm.
He's crafty.
Hmm. I
Um,
mean, he does have money. He comes from money. I mean, technically he was adopted, but I'm assuming he has access to some of that. He
yes,
doesn't look like he
after being
is
adopted,
struggling at all.
the adopted mother is paid. That family is
Yeah.
definitely paid. They're definitely some type of
Mhm.
oligarch thing going on there with them. Because you can see the mom is snobby as hell.
Mm-mm-mm.
It's snobby as hell, that
Everything
mom.
about this woman. Yeah.
She's snobby as hell, and and it seems like she's used to people doting on her and telling her stuff and
Hmm.
everything else. So and look, the way it seemed like when they adopted him, she's like, "Would you mind if we change your name? All right, your name
Right.
doesn't work for us." It's,
Wilfred. I mean, come on. Wolfgang, it's a very, it sounds very serious. It's very I don't know. Sorry, that's my dog eating his food right now.
no
He
one,
woke
I
up.
can't hear you though. It's not.
No, he's crunching on his kibble over there right now.
Oh, we cannot hear that. You
So
have a
Wolfgang,
dog bowl
that's a.
in your bedroom for the dog?
Oh, I have a crate. He's crate trained. He's sleeping right now. He
Mm,
was sleeping. Yes,
all
he's a
right,
very good. Yeah, I do love my pets.
you
They're good
do.
pets. I do.
I remember when you were that. I'm not a cat person at all. I
Oh,
don't
I am
like
not a
cats.
cat person. I am
Mhm.
not. I just love my cats. I am a Luna. My cat Luna. I am a Luna person. I am a Nova person, and I'm definitely yeah, Taquito. That's his name. It used to be Jasper. We
What's
changed
his
it.
name? Touchy
Um,
Toes?
Taquito.
Tucky Toe.
Little taco. Taquito.
All right,
Taquito. Yeah.
Tucky
But
Toe.
anyways. So yeah. So as far as I'm sorry, I forgot what I was talking about right now. I
Everybody
completely
put the
lost.
LMR emoji. If you're a member of the channel and you have the ability to put the LMR emoji in there, please put the LMR emoji up in there for Tucky Toe.
No. And he's a good doggy. He's a very good doggy. He's a puppy, but he's so well behaved. Again, we love our pets, right? At least I do. But yeah, speaking of the show and the pets, I wonder because he can engineer anything like those Tasmanian devils, whatever they were called.
Hmm.
He changed them to be very docile and just they're pets, right? I wonder what
Hmm.
else he's got over there. Mm,
Yeah,
it's
it's like
scary.
somehow I don't know, I don't know what they do to them to make that, but they somehow with their
Hmm.
DNA effects they could bring extinct creatures back to life, right?
Right,
And I
right.
don't want to get into no Jurassic Park situation going on there. And
Right.
that's the real jackpot that they really.
Oh my goodness. And the tattoos, that is scary. I That's one thing I would not like. To be where they are. But that's a cool thing that they had, kind of like, moving stuff around your skin.
Maud
Mm.
Mary, in case you can't see, I don't know if you can see it, but she said, "Sending love to Living My Rhapsody. We
Aw.
all missed you."
And I missed everyone here too. It's very nice to be back. It's really nice
It,
to be back. It's a
it is,
great
and
break.
Eleanor will be
Yeah.
back here
I will be. Yes.
every week doing. Phil will join us on this episodes and talk about this show. I think Phil said in the chat that he may cover it on his channel also because he's enjoying
Nice.
the show so much,
Mhm.
which is always a great thing when you're able to have a show.
Mhm.
I really enjoy the show. I know someone came in the comment section early and was like, "Hey, should I watch it? Should I not?" The first episode, to me, this is a high quality show I truly enjoy this show. And again, if you don't like to think about stuff or stuff that flies over your head, then that's the type of show that probably isn't for you. But if that's what makes you think about stuff like, oh my God, I missed that. I'm going to do an all clues video and put out all the clues that we have so far after I put out my episode review. After I drop that tomorrow, when I get out of work, I'll drop the episode review for you. And then after we get that, then I'll put out the all clues video and everything else like that. Let's see. We have, I love sci-fi. So I think the mystery somehow has to do with the coming apocalypse. So which one are we talking about here? I love sci-fi because there's three, right? So there's three jackpots that jumps on. And funny enough, now when they gave them their money, right, to prove that, hey, I'm gonna give you the money to do this, they let them win the jackpot. That's how they got the money.
Right.
Right. So
That's a
they
great one
are the
too.
cause of
I
the
did not
jackpot.
think about it.
Right? That means they're the cause of the jackpot, right? It has to be.
It
I'm gonna put
started,
that in the
right?
all clues video too. I'm gonna put that in there without a doubt. But I
Mhm.
mean, listen, it's called the jackpot. First they gave them the money through the jackpot. That's how they won all the money and everything. Able to offer Corbell like $200,000 a goddamn week to stay out of their business.
Right.
A week, every week. Now, money isn't what it is there because the pill that they were getting the mom cost like $1,000 or something like
Right.
that. What $1,000, $10,000?
Yeah, there was just some crazy numbers.
Yeah, something crazy.
Yeah.
That pill shouldn't cost, and everything else and all that. Oh, we got the house Teflon. People, Fernandez is putting the Phil emoji up in there. That's right. Put the Phil emoji up in there for your boy Phil up in there, rocking him. He said, right here, let's go. Let's put that on there real quick so that everyone can see. He said, Phil says, "Yep, I'm definitely gonna do something on the show. Really loving it. The future tech, the sci-fi elements of it, really awesome. Yeah, and it is. I mean, it is a show that listen, it's not getting covered a lot and everything else, but it is what it is. We're here to cover it, and that's just the way. That's just the way it goes." We're here to cover the show,
Yeah.
and just like we cover what we like to cover. We don't do it, and I
Exactly.
cover. It's a labor of love. This show, right? I ain't getting paid to do this show. I'm making a lot of money or anything, or getting a lot of subscribers from it. But I actually like this show, and that's what I like to cover. I don't just cover stuff because it gets me views. I cover stuff I like to do, and it gives me time to spend with LMR.
Oh.
And so because From is the only other show we got, but. I mean, we're supposed to do Interview with a Vampire.
I
Right?
am enjoying it. I am enjoying that one quite
I
a
do
lot.
like it too. Maybe we'll do Interview with a Vampire. We'll get because almost over.
Yeah, I don't even know how many are supposed to be there, but like episode, I did not check on that, but I'm definitely loving. That was one of the first. I remember the book still reading it in Polish back then. That I read a Polish translation of the book way back when I was a kid. Of course, I watched the movie. I have a copy of the actual book here in English. It's interesting. I like the twist, but that's a different show. Yeah.
Cat in the Hat with a Bat says, "Please don't give up on evil, Don Tony Teflon." I will not. I love evil. I love it. I love evil. Me and my daughter. I got my daughter into watching it. It's like kind of like our show. So I've watched the whole season of Evil, and you're correct. I did do half of season one, and I didn't. I did. I think it was season one or season two that I reviewed, and I stopped doing it. I promise you, when it comes back on, I will. I will do the full season of Interview. Interview with a
Is it a third
Vampire.
one?
Yes.
For because I think I only watched the first season, and there are two full ones, right? And then the third one is gonna be at some point
The
released,
third
right?
one I think
From
is
Evil.
done. It's done. The
Evil.
third one. Yes.
Oh, it okay. So I need to check on some stuff because I think that when they switched the places where they were showing it, I don't think I had the subscription, so I just kind of never followed up on it. But I know I loved it. I enjoyed Evil. I don't know what
This
happened
season
later
of
when I didn't
Evil.
watch it.
Yeah, this season was the best one, and it's better
Oh
that it's
wow.
on the app because they're more like HBO. They
Hmm.
curse on every episode. They show hotter
So
sex
it's
scenes
real.
and everything else. Yeah, so it's much
Hmm.
more real
Nice.
on
And
this
where
one.
is it? What is it on right now? What
The
is
Paramount
it?
Plus.
Paramount?
Yes,
Okay. Okay.
I'm
No.
also going to be covering Sunday, starting Sunday. I'll be covering Yellowstone. So the new season of Yellowstone will be out. A 2-hour premiere. So I will be covering Yellowstone, starting on. Probably have the video out on Monday when it drops and everything else. So and all that. But yeah, but I do love the show. I love Evil, and let's see if we can get something going for Interview with a Vampire. Even if we just do the last couple of episodes and a full breakdown of the whole season and everything. I do love. I think it's a very good show. I know it's got a lot of
I love it.
criticism and everything
Oh,
from it,
did?
saying that, yeah, because it's saying it's a lot of homosexual sex
Oh
in
my
it. Not,
god.
and it's not really that I've seen, but I didn't see any
And
of
they're
that.
critiquing that? Even the
Yeah,
woke
people. I
society
mean,
that we live in? Oh my god.
I mean,
That's why I don't
if
like
you read
listening
the
to
book, that's
some
that's
opinions.
what's in the book. It's pretty obvious that's what's in the
Exactly.
book.
Exactly. I love I loved how they portrayed it. They actually showed I'm quite passionate about that stuff. So I have my opinions and if so, oh my gosh. A good thing I'm not listening to some of the opinions because apparently if they are, dissing on it like this, then I'm glad I'm not listening to those people. No, I do love the show. Yeah.
Gold soul. You saying my this stream wasn't in your feed? Are you make sure
Hmm.
that you have that bell clicked, and after when the bell is clicked, you have to make sure you put that you want all notifications.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it all pops up when you do that. You have to put all
Hmm.
notifications, and it won't give you everything. You got to make sure you say you want all notifications, and then all come up and everything else. Yeah, I'm supposed to do something with Bridge on White Lotus. I know everyone said I was supposed to do something like that, and but I haven't been able to get around to doing it. But I am supposed. So I hopefully I'll start next week. We'll start doing what I got a lot of plans to do a lot of things.
A lot of shows, but I prefer to listen to people's recommendation before I jump into anything because I don't like my time being wasted on a show that's not, I'll rather have people who watch it first a little bit and tell me I can catch up then. I've heard of White Lotus. I have not seen any of it. Oh, Avenue 5. That's funny. I just started the Avenue 5. That's funny. Um, good shows. Good shows out there. Just not
There
enough
are a
time
bunch.
for everything.
All right, let's wrap
Yeah.
up this show. Let's wrap this up. Let's say let's say if there's anything else we have missed, let's talk about it before we go. For this episode of the Peripheral.
And I'm sorry,
Right?
you were cutting out a little bit. I did not hear what you were saying.
Yeah, I'm saying let's. Is there
Mm,
anything else that we missed that we did not talk? We
mhm.
talked about the eyeball. We talked about everything. I think we
Yeah,
talked about a lot of what we think is going on
yeah,
with it right now. Uh, and we've given a lot of clues of what we think's going on right now. So
yeah.
I think
Mhm.
anything else we missed that we did not say. I mean, we didn't talk a lot about her brother in this episode. I've seen people like in there like trying to ship her and her brother, and I'm like, y'all watch too much Game of Thrones. I
What?
don't think that's a
Oh my
situation
goodness!
going on at
No,
all. At all. But people put
no,
that in
my
my
gosh.
comment section.
They're not that kind of siblings. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness,
this
I
is
don't
not.
think they
They're
are.
not Lannisters
No,
or
no, no,
Targaryens. I don't think
no.
that's going
The
down.
only the only time where she has been in her brother's body was in the peripheral. That's all. That's all that is.
That
Nowhere
was it.
to
People asked,
stop there.
did we talk about Connor? Uh, did we talk about Connor?
Who's Ka- Who's that again? I'm
Connor?
getting used to the names.
Let
Who
me
is
bring.
he?
I can bring up a picture of him for you real quick. Let me do that.
Oh, wrong show. Somebody says it's a wrong show.
For what?
I
For Connor?
Connor. Who's Connor again? I
Isn't that's the black dude, right? I
That's
was
his name.
That's what I'm thinking it is, right?
Okay. Well, the way he jumped into her body and just kind of decided to take her, I assume that's what he's gonna do. Just start running around. I mean, why would you not? You have a chance to run around. And when he said, "Oh, they have bodies," the way like, "Oh my gosh, I can be in a body. I can actually do something."
Yes,
Yeah.
but we obviously the man was what, a triple amputee, right?
Yes.
So this to get that feeling. I mean, I put this
Mhm.
picture up of his face to because that's basically how he was feeling the
Right.
whole time. No, no. Can you see the picture of his face, Elmo?
Yes. Yeah.
Like this is how he was feeling. He's like, oh, I got legs. I'm jumping, and this is the whole thing too, because when you go there, it's not like you're just you. You have like
Mhm.
superpowers.
Right.
Like you can do flips, you can jump out
Mhm.
windows, you can do it's like you're a video game.
Yeah.
So it's not like he just has his legs back.
And just
It's
yep.
like he has superpower, and I gotta go back. I would like
Right.
he'll never take that headset off.
No. Like
Like
mine.
he'll shit on himself, he'll piss on himself. He's not trying. He ain't trying to come back. Like he just be up in there.
Yeah.
It's just chill.
Yep.
That would be it.
Well, hopefully they're gonna make what did Flynn say? She needs two of them for her brother
Yeah,
and
one
for
for her brother and one for
Connor.
him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she says she's working on it. So I mean,
Mhm.
listen, they may make it for him. They may do it.
Mhm.
I don't see the benefit that they can say. You know what I mean? Why should we make these for you? Like, what can you say to them to say
Um,
why they need to be there?
I think they can persuade them with that it's better that they work better as a team. Not one person, like not a lone wolf kind of thing. It's they're a pack. They hunt, they solve clues. It's a game. If they treat it like a game, they need to approach it from different angles. It's a team thing. So they can maybe persuade them that it's not just, oh, me going out there. I need my team to be more productive and to be more effective.
All right, so let's go through this real quick. There's a question right here. Uh, it says how did 2,099 people know what Burton looked like to make the Peripheral? Um, I would say that they had a whole toy soldiers of
Mm,
what was going on all the way back then, right? All the way back then from the future, right? They had every one of his squad mates there. They
mhm,
had the little army figures. So
mm.
obviously they can see back
Yeah.
there. They have some ability to see back there. And I'm telling when you seen that Audi car pull up and it had that cloaking stuff on it, when the cop put his hand on it,
Mhm.
he was shocked about what he's seen. So that technology is not from there.
Yep.
So somehow they must have sent the schematics to these people back there to get them to
Yeah.
put this cloaking device on it. So if they could do that, then I think it's easy for them. And you could easily say that he had a profile from his regular game of his
Mm.
picture in there, and you could see exactly how Wolf was able to get into that own thing. Because they hired him because of his old
Right.
profile
Yeah.
of the game.
Yeah.
So it's easy to say that he had a picture of him in the profile that she was
Mhm.
running around as, and it was easy for them to see exactly how he looked like to make him. So I don't think that that's hard to figure out how they could do that. That would be, but those are a couple of ways I could easily explain that away.
Yeah. That is some cool stuff, and who knows? Maybe they have all that information because, like you said, that these people were the ones who created all the bad stuff that follows. So how would you not know the face of the one who caused the all stuff to be destroyed? Maybe potentially.
They may not know that it was them yet. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
like in the
Because
future?
even though it's
Oh,
them, it would be the people in the future that actually assisted them into causing it, by
It's
giving
like
them the
the
money and giving
yeah.
them the
There's
means
that
of
yeah
everything else. Like
yeah
one thing leads to the other.
that paradox kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So them giving the mom the cure, them giving them the actual jackpot
Mm,
money, all these things led to this whole thing actually happening in the end.
mm, mm. But again, the future people, I don't they only care about what happens to them in the present, meaning in the future, in to them, because the stuff that is happening to Flynn, it's not their reality. It's not going to change stuff
Mhm.
currently. It's just going to branch out and create a different reality for Flynn at that point. But whatever they're going, whatever their objective is, it doesn't to Flynn in Flynn's current time.
Yeah, because
Different
they
interest,
have
yeah,
the stems, so you don't know what
yeah,
stem, what happens in each of
yeah,
these other stems,
yeah.
and all that stuff. Cat in the Hat with a Bachelor. I couldn't believe the cop didn't bring up the cloak cars to Burton. The cop is an asshole. He tries to come there like, I'm your friend. I'm gonna take one sip
Right.
of beer. That proves I'm your friend.
Mm,
I'm not dressed in my uniform, but I brought up that I have a uniform.
right.
But we cool.
Power
We
play.
ain't cool. We ain't cool. You just sniffing around too
Mm.
much.
And he thinks he's so slick.
He does. He actually thinks that
Ah,
people are gonna believe your bitch ass. They don't believe
yeah.
you. We know what you
He's
about.
yeah. Yeah,
I don't like that.
definitely. And he's a soldier. Like Flynn's brothers, he's a soldier. Yeah, there's no fooling them like that. They think, they strategize, they see past every little thing that this cop, you know, he thinks he's playing some kind of a,
Yeah, it's like a
yeah,
police officer back in the day, undercover, saying, "I'm your friend," and
right.
faking like he's hitting like the weed, like, oh, because you can't smoke the weed if you're a cop and you smoke the weed. Yeah, and then, well, I faked it. I didn't really smoke it. Like
I didn't know that.
The Bill Clinton rule. I didn't inhale.
And yeah.
I didn't inhale. I just put it in my mouth and blew.
Oh my gosh. That-
You didn't inhale, but you took that cigar from that woman's coochie, though. But you put that in your mouth, but you didn't want to put no smoke in your mouth. All right. Anyway, Bill, let's not talk about you right now. Anyway, that's that situation. All right, let's get up out of here. I have Elamar in here. We'll be here. We'll be back next week to talk some
Yep.
more peripheral. Peripheral. I'm sorry, I said peripheral.
Peripheral.
I always fuck this name up, but it is what it is. And everything else. All right. Anything you're looking forward to seeing this week before the episode comes out?
More of, I guess, character well, not maybe not development. I'm just interested in people in it, and it's kind of a I guess not, I don't want to say slow burn kind of thing, but I like that there's depth to these people, and I'm just interested in what happens to them. I'm not impatient. I just want to enjoy the way it goes. So I'm just
Yeah,
waiting for it to be entertained.
I want to see if they actually get these other peripherals for the brother
Hmm.
and for the boy, and see exactly what happens when all three of them are out there in this world. Will they
Nice.
be able to control? Because I don't think you can control the black dude. I think he's uncontrolled. But I do think in the end, one of them has to turn on the other one. Because
Mm.
even if you get the bodies, you still
Mhm.
have to get machines for them too, right? So you still need two more
Yeah.
machines. And will they send them two more machines and everything else? You know what I
The
mean?
headsets, right?
Yeah,
Like
the
they have
headset.
to have it printed. That's right.
Yeah, they have to get two.
Yeah.
They have to have two more headsets too, and everything. And before we go, we'll talk about. I didn't like the fact that these guys in Flynn's time, these hackers, were able to beat the hackers from the future. You would think the hackers from the future are so good, and it's not even that they're that good. That their technology is so much better
Mm.
that there's no way someone from this time should be able to do that.
Yeah, that was a very odd thing to do, for them to go with that route. My only explanation for that is a lot of people who are very, very smart died out. That's the only thing, because technically, the future people should know more about the future stuff than the people from the past about the future stuff. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah. All right. That's what we're going to say. We'll wrap it up right now.
Yep.
Thanks, everybody, for showing up. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button for your boy and your girl. If you like the way we do this, please thumbs up this Brothers Across the Realm. And as always, subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace.
And stay sexy.
And did not work. All right.
We'll find the button.
You know what it was?
Technical difficulties.
I hit the goddamn keep streaming button instead of the end stream button. All right, so we're gonna end the stream. We're gonna say it again, and we're gonna end it properly this time. All right, here we go.
Yep.
If you like the way we do this, please thumbs up this Brothers Across the Realm, and as always, subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace.
And stay